Sorry about that, guys. We were having some technical difficulties. I wasn't able to bring AstroDee back on. We were in the middle of talking about Astrology 101. That, we were talking about we're more than just our sun sign, and how they're, based off of our natal chart when we were born. There's more to us. And so she's actually getting into the sun sign, the moon sign, and the ascendant, and how that makes us who we are. So I'm waiting for her to join us. And this is for you astrology buffs, those that are interested in astrology, learning more about it or understanding it. So waiting for her to join us, and then we will continue. All right. AstroDee on now. Hey guys. Hey.
Hey.
So this is take 3, okay?
Oh damn. Okay, we gotta put this together. Should we start over?
Yeah, let's just start over. So this is Astrology 101.
Okay.
With astrologer AstroDee, who's here to break down astrology. Now, one of the things for those that missed the first presentation that we had, the first live show, you were kind of breaking down that we were more than just our sun sign. A lot of us just look, oh, I'm an Aries, so I'm going to go and I'm going to read up on Aries, and that's who I am. And no, that's, you were saying that it's like 10% of the 100% of what we really are. And so,
yes.
Yeah. So what would you say? I mean, like, go into, I think today we're just going to focus on sun, moon, and ascendant, and what that all means. I think we were getting into that. What sun is, what moon is, what ascendant is, and we all have it, what that means. And our
Yes, okay. So I was saying how, the sun, each area, right? You got the sun, you have the moon, you have an ascendant, which is an angle. That is our representation of us. We also always call it rising, our rising sign. Yeah. And with our rising sign, it's technically like our representative. It's the first thing people see, just like when the sun is rising, that's the first thing you see, right? But then there's so much more to the story. And that's what the other parts of the story is, where's your moon? Okay, where's your Venus though? There's a Venus, there's a Jupiter, there's a Mars, and all of those are pieces to you. Yeah. So when we say I'm a Gemini, that's just a little tiny bit of your story. When you say I'm compatible with Pisces, well, you're compatible with sun sign Pisces, but you might not be compatible with a Venus in Pisces or that dynamic. Now, we are all of the signs. We make up the entire wheel of the signs. You have a piece of every sign in you in different areas of your life. Yeah. And some are dormant, some are more active than others because they have planets there. But, we're all experiencing this, I don't want to say the same thing, but what they say, all is self. Yeah. Yeah. Or where you could find a piece of yourself in another something, right, in nature. Yeah.
Yeah. And you were getting into, did you go into sun and moon? The ascendant? So what does sun represent and what does moon represent?
Okay, right. So the sun representing our soul. What's in your soul? A lot of times, a lot of people say we reincarnate through the sun. The sun is a very important driver of who we are, right? And then you have the subconscious mind, which is ruled by the moon. The moon represents a sense of nurturing for us. So you have the conscious mind being the sun, and the subconscious. That's what the word I was looking for. I was like, oh, and then I just moved on to subconscious. Okay, yes, but the conscious mind is the sun, and the subconscious mind is the moon. Right. This is our emotional reactions, right? These are the things that are just caught up in us, those reactions that we make that we don't realize we're doing it, but it's because there's an underlying issue that we haven't dealt with or whatever it is. That's the moon. Yeah. Right. Moon also represents our mom. How do we feel nurtured? How do we feel secure? How do we feel safe? Right. Yeah. Each sign in astrology is ruled by a planet. Okay. Yeah. So Aries. Okay. Sorry. The sun is ruled by Leo. The moon is ruled by Cancer. Yeah. right?
Yeah.
And then you can keep going on and on. Mercury, that's ruled by Gemini and Virgo. Those are the two just rule Gemini. And we can go on and on and on, but each one has a correlation. They got a vibration, and the vibrations match. The planet you can call the driver of the energy. You can call the signs the style in which the energy is being utilized. And then you ever hear people say the house, you know, I got this in this house.
Girl,
that,
I'm just now learning,
you know, the houses are right, the house systems, they call it houses. Houses are different areas, and I mentioned in my other video, I break down all this in this video I have called ABCs of Astrology on YouTube. You guys could Google it, look it up and stuff if you want to just understand that a little bit more. But today, we're just basically sticking to, dealing with sun and ascendant and moon. Moon are emotional reactions.
Yeah.
It represents a lot of times you can look in the moon and even understand how your mother was. How she nurtured you. What was her style by looking at the sign of nurturing you? Was that style in conflict with your ascendant? How you present yourself in the world, how you want to present yourself in the world?
Yeah.
So did your mother raise you in a way that you're happy with walking around? You know what I'm saying? Did it complement your ascendant?
Yeah.
So basically, I don't want to say, my mama didn't raise no hoe. You know what I mean? You act like a hoe. You walk around the street messing around. But your mother nurtured you better than that.
Oh. So I think
They told you.
Let's do a sample. I don't know if you have it up yet. But you were
right. I do. I got you.
So I was saying earlier that I'm a Leo sun, I'm a Pisces moon, and I am now that we have my correct birth time, I'm sorry. I'm an Aquarius ascendant. So I come off as an Aquarius. I'm a Leo sun, Pisces.
There you go.
I'm off.
That's your go-to.
Girl.
Yep. It's cool. Your sun is not in total conflict with your ascendant, right? Because I'm looking at the degree. See, I'm looking at this, everybody. Can you see it?
Yes.
That's wheel. Right. There you go. It's a wheel.
Yes.
Right? That's a wheel that I read when I do the astrology readings here. And I look at that wheel and I break it down. There's codes. This is not me, because you had mentioned in the last video, which was an excellent question. It's very important, astrology evil. Are you calling on spirits? Or are you trying to, do something like that? And it's no, I'm not doing that. There are codes. I call them codes. And I learned this at the age of, I said 10th grade. So yeah, about 14, 15. And I started to really understand what the codes were. What does it mean? What does the sun in Aries mean?
Yeah.
What does the Leo in Aries mean?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, a moon in Aries. What do these mean?
Yeah.
And there's a standard way, and you will have different astrologers, different websites that can break their interpretation down.
Yeah.
But there's a standard.
Yeah.
There's a pretty much freaking standard.
Yeah.
Of what sun and Leo is.
Yeah.
You can check behind somebody as well.
And you also mentioned a good point that I want you to mention in this video that you mentioned in the last video about astrology being, really you're just talking about the sun, the moon, the stars, and this is what God created. So it's not of the devil. For those individuals that are looking at it as, oh, this is the devil's work. This is witchcraft or anything like that. This is really.
I mean, the first thing I tell people, if the sun don't shine, what you gonna do? If the sun stops shining, do you know what would happen to this earth if the sun would stop shining?
Yeah.
If the moon would stop reflecting. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff on the moon now. That girl, I got to talk to you probably off screen about this one, about the moon.
Right.
But yes, that's a whole nother video. But the moon, is reflecting, so much, the moon's tides affect water.
Yeah.
That's just basic common knowledge. Yeah. The vibrations of the moon affects the water's tides in the ocean.
Yeah.
Okay. So without the moon, we got issues. All right. Without all of these planets, we are connected to all of these planets. We're connected to the water on this earth as we are connected to the air. We all breathe the same mofo air.
Yeah. And I
you know what I mean?
I stated that I believe that astrology was actually God's recipe of how he created each and every one of us. because
Yes.
me being a Leo, there's no other Leo like Danny, because I'm more than just the Leo. I'm more than just the Leo in my chart. There's other things and other factors in my chart.
There's so many combinations.
Danny, right? So it's his recipe.
And not to even take away your free will as well.
Correct. So yeah, you were going into you were going into my chart. I'm a Leo sun, moon in Pisces, Aquarius ascendant.
Yes, Aquarius ascendant. Yes, and I was talking about, how each of the ascendants that, there are representatives and how we come off, at first when you were Capricorn ascendant, I was like, you come off serious. I still think, Aquarius gives you, because Aquarius is also ruled by Saturn. Capricorn, remember I was talking earlier, I said each planet is ruling over a sign.
Yeah.
Okay. So Saturn is about structure.
Yeah.
Saturn is about getting things very on point, very disciplined, and orderly fashion.
Yeah.
And if it's not, you got karma to pay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's what Saturn is about. So the signs that vibrate underneath that is Capricorn and Aquarius. So I say, like, Capricorn is a good cop. They're both cops, both serious cops. Capricorn is the bad cop, the pain in the ass to the rules cop. All right. I'm sorry, excuse my language. And Aquarius, maybe that's why they cut us off. Maybe I said a bad word. But Aquarius is good cop. All right.
Yeah.
They're still, they're still doing their thing, but they're probably like, like Beverly Hills Cop. You remember Eddie Murphy?
Yeah.
When he was like, he was doing his own thing, but he was still about the justice.
Right.
You know what I mean? But he still had his own flow going on. So I kind of look at that Aquarius. So Aquarius, yes, you have a seriousness to you still. And sometimes Aquarius can come on very cold, like just stoic here. Aquarius can come off like that, but it's not necessarily about that because this is your ascendant.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you had your moon in Aquarius. Then that would be how you emotionally react to things. You would do it as of an Aquarian style.
Yeah.
Right? Aquarian style being emotionally reactions are a little cold, are a little distant. It's not that serious.
Right.
Chill.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So that's your manners, and I usually see a lot of Aquarius ascendants, they have a pretty cool aura flow going on.
Yeah.
The first thing you see with Aquarius ascendant, I definitely believe you do. But then you smile. Okay, but then you smile. And Leo also, ruling the heart.
Yeah.
Because each astrology sign, believe it or not, everybody also corresponds to a body part.
Yeah.
Right? A body part within you. So Leo ruling the heart, how you shine, your sun is there. So you might first have that appearance, but then you smile and they start to talk to you, and it's like, hey, no, I'm out here.
Right.
And I want you to see me.
Right.
Okay? Yeah. Danny's no joke, everybody. Just letting y'all know. Danny, this woman is off the chain. And we are not brand new on this stuff right here. Didn't we have a party last year? We had that astrology party and it was off the chain.
Yes, we had that astrology party.
It was
really off the chain. Yes.
Yeah. So, she doesn't play. And then you got Astro, so it's a very nice combination. But, just with that, Leo wants to shine. Leo wants to be out there. And it blends very nicely because your sun trines your moon, which is really nice. Mom and dad.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So sun and moon, like mom and dad, created structures for you. They created really good structures where you were able to kind of do your thing. It's like, in harmony. You know what I'm saying? Not totally at each other's throats.
Yeah.
When sun and moon are in harmony together. You know what I mean? And that's usually a good thing. But sometimes people have a square to that where their parents hated each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it was like vicious. I'm not saying that's you though. You gave me a face.
No. I'm just.
You all right?
Yeah. No. I was thinking. No, it was just.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, Danny, you see your face right now.
I was just thinking about what you had just said. Yeah.
Okay. But that's also really good. Your sun is at 0 degrees.
So that's why it trines its moon, because my sun, even though I'm a Leo, I'm right on the cusp of Leo and Cancer. But girl, I'm a Leo.
There it is.
No, I'm a Leo.
Ooh.
I'm a Leo.
Danny is getting it.
Listen,
Danny, let me find out.
I do my research.
That is why.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that's so yeah, you still get the more so water vibration sun. You know, you're not as flamboyant, I don't think, a Leo. I think you're still more in, Pisces, but you could flow on Leo, but it's not as a flamboyant Leo.
Yeah.
Or out there as out, because Leo, okay, sorry, when I say that, what do I mean by that? Leos, okay, they like to brag and boast. Leo is the king
Or queen.
I'm up in here.
Right.
And honestly, I really love how you do your thing, because you're like, yeah, so what? Yeah, right. I do a good job. Yeah, I'm Danny. You know what I mean? You do have that attitude.
Leos are very
but
confident in what we do.
they are. But you got a confident Leo, but then you got the lower octave of Leo when you're just nasty asshole, like goading jerks.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse my language. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I can't do that on my channel. But so yeah, so you're not obnoxious. That's the word.
Yeah.
Leos can be very obnoxious on the worst side. I'm not saying all Leos, but I know some Leos, especially Leo ascendants. Oh my God.
Girl.
Because I knew someone that had Jupiter.
Yeah.
They had Jupiter, the planet of expansion, meaning a planet that makes things bigger, in Leo. So Jupiter made the bragging, boasting even bigger and more obnoxious. And then the ish was on the ascendant. So it was the first thing you saw.
Girl, I think I know somebody that's just like that.
So it's like, oh.
Right, like raw. Yeah.
Yeah, roar.
Yeah.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
They feel like they're just roaring in your damn face.
Yeah.
And it's just like, I'm done.
Right.
I'm totally done. But no, Danny does not come off like that, everybody. Not at all.
Maybe online.
Not at all. And
maybe online I do. Online I possibly do come off that way.
We mean online? Danny, you come off like, yeah, you gotta let it out.
I do. That's my time to let it all out. That's the Leo coming out right there. In person, I'm
maybe you feel more connected to your soul when you're doing. You might feel more soul connected when you're doing your online stuff, and it's like, Leo, this is me. Boom. I'm not at a dinner party for work or some shit. I'm online.
Right.
I can do my thing.
Business professional.
Can shine. In situations where you need to shine, the sun comes out.
So
sun will come.
So AstroDee, you do your specialty, and I started watching you on YouTube about a year ago. Your specialty is do you do? I'm AstroDee and my specialty is do your thing. I don't even know, but it's
hey everybody.
It's your intro.
Hey everybody. Look. Are you ready?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hey, it's AstroDee. I throw flavor and simplicity onto astrology and love and relationships. That's my specialty.
Yeah. So love and relationship is your
yes, that's what I say. And sometimes I try not to say it. I'm like, stop saying that. It's getting monotonous, and then I just can't help it.
No,
and it just keeps coming out. But
so your specialty is synastry. Where you pretty much take two charts and you pretty much blend it. You see whether or not these two individuals mesh by putting their sun sign in their sun sign, their moon sign in their moon sign, and you really dig into it. So
I break it all down. I'm the ascendant that we talked about earlier, the moon sign.
Yeah. So how can people, if they're interested in you pretty much, let's say, reading it, breaking down their natal chart, or doing a synastry chart between, maybe them and their, significant love or their potential significant love, how can they get in contact with you and reach out to you to maybe get those charts read or done?
It's a wonderful question. You can contact me on Instagram. That's always the funnest. On Instagram, you can shoot me a DM at AstroDee5. Right. I changed that so many times. I had to fix the E's, 2 D's, and the E. So yes, 2 E's and D. AstroDee5. Okay. And then the email, okay, is no 5 and 1 E.
Okay, and I'll put all that information.
You guys get that? So just hit me up on Instagram, guys. Yeah, just hit me up on Instagram. I'm working out the email.
Absolutely. And also, I'll put your information once we get off live and put it on here. But how you have a website though, for them to be able to see the different parts that you do. What's your website?
My website is www.astrodee5. No, just stars. No 5.
Yeah. And before we get off,
yeah, astrodeestars.com.
So walk us through what you do when you put a synastry chart, you know, one person's chart against another person's chart, you know, because, you know, for those individuals that don't understand what that even means, like, oh my God, this is just too much for me. Huh?
Yeah. So if anyone remembers the photograph that I showed earlier when I picked up my phone and I showed your chart, Danny. Remember I picked up my phone?
Right.
And I did that? So that was that circular wheel, right? With the little lines and symbols in the middle of it. So I take one of those, and if you imagine a piece of paper, a white piece of paper, and then you could imagine taking a laminated piece of paper with the same wheel on it, just with different planets in different places. And then you take that and you just put it on top of each other, the two charts, and it's called a chart overlay.
Okay.
Two charts overlaying on each other, literally putting them on top of each other. And then you can see, okay, so where does Aries fall for the both of us?
Okay.
For me, Aries falls in my 5th house. But for you, Aries could fall in your 3rd.
Okay.
But that's still, you know what I'm saying? You can have the sun in Aries while it's in your 3rd. I can have nothing in Aries. But therefore, you bring the sun now to where Aries is in my chart.
Yeah. And
did I say that right?
Yeah, you did. And then you break it down what that actually
How do
means.
you bring your planets into areas of my life, you know, and I bring my planets into areas of your life.
Okay.
My planets are my issues, my whatever, my, you know, the way I go about doing things, the way I communicate, the way my emotion, moon, how I present myself comes to you. You know, my soul comes to you. And where does that shine? Do you suppress that in me? Do you make that better within me? Are you lifting my vibration up higher? Because I've seen it. I've really seen it. Like, you know, you'll see someone that has a horrible chart, like really bad squares, and then somebody with a really nice chart. And that horrible chart person has brought the person with a really, really nice, like magical chart and shit down to this gray area.
Yeah.
And shit. Like, you were better alone.
Yeah.
You know, be in your own chart. But see, this is where this industry is important with understanding it. Now, I don't let it, you can't, I don't recommend to let it, you know, run your life, like just because the Synastry says this, because, you know, astrology sometimes can even be a certain portion of the story, because there's a bigger plan.
Yeah.
You know, there's always a big plan that no man is aware of.
Yeah.
You know,
so when you
that's just that.
How much is a reading for that? If someone wanted to do a Synastry chart, they wanted to contact up, I want you to do me and my boyfriend. How much would something like that cost?
Yeah. So I charge $100 for the 30 minutes of talking about in depth what's going on with you and your lover.
Okay.
And it doesn't even have to be just your lover. It could be, you know, a coworker, someone you want to do business with.
Family member.
Because this is about relationships. You know, I say love because we all want to know about love and stuff. But, you know, this is our relationship. Can you really get along with this person to accomplish what you want to accomplish?
Yeah.
Whether this is love or whether this is raising a child. Like, you know, you try to raise a child with this person, but this person that may have issues with drugs.
Yeah.
They may have issues with facing reality here.
Yeah.
You know, are you ready for that? Are you mature? Have you evolved in your chart? Because that's why we're here, you know, to really work through these charts. These charts are the clues. They say we reincarnate, we forget, we don't know what's going on. And I say the chart is the little piece of something you have to understand why you incarnated.
Yeah.
You know, because we don't know till we die again what our situation was. Awesome book I read, The Journey of Souls. It talks about the life before we die. And it talks about how, like, you know, you make these decisions, you know, there's a plan. Like, all right, I'm gonna die here. You gonna bury me here. Okay. And then I'm gonna take this. And then I'm gonna come back as your mama next life. All right. Seriously, if we really sit and talk about this is theory. I've never been there. You know, I didn't die. Yeah, but this is theory that we really plan out how our life's gonna go. What is our lesson? Why are we fighting? Because it's a lesson, and we're trying to, okay, I'm gonna go to Earth, man. I gotta get better, man. I want to be a better singer this time. Like, yeah, okay, all right, but no, man, I'm gonna do this. I gave up last time. I
Now, what do
really
you
want
say
to do
to
this.
those that don't believe in reincarnation? Because I've always thought that the soul never dies. The body dies, but the soul never dies.
Yeah,
It lives on.
the body. I don't. What I'm gonna say to you is, shoot, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you because
No, no, because a lot of people
if you
say,
believe in
"Oh, no,
Jesus,
no, when we die,
if you
we
believe in
die.
Jesus. Oh,
We're done. Soul dies, body
oh,
dies."
oh, okay. I thought you meant like the
Yeah,
religious people that say, well,
yes,
Jesus. Okay. So for those people that say when we die, we die, I think that's, at the end of the day, I've never been dead. So I can't tell you that. All I can go by is the people that have collected a lot of research on the people who have pre-death experiences. And a lot of it are people who have gone into trances and talked to other people that is just really deep research on how these stories of afterlife and pre-life have come. But I think it's horrifying to think that
yeah,
things just end that way. Nothing with energy, it's impossible. I mean, if you believe that everything just ends, okay, then that means you believe in science. And if you believe in science, then energy can't die.
yeah,
So it's like there's no way to,
yeah,
it's really hard to I think anybody that thinks that should really take a different perspective,
yeah,
because like I said, I mean, it's like where you're going with that is kind of a dead end. Either way, you're going to end up in the same way if you say that. Does
yeah.
that make sense how I
Made
explained it?
sense to me. Made sense to me. Yeah. It
But
made
that's good. I'm
me.
talking to you. I'm not gonna- I'm
So what
talking
are
to
your
you
fi- what
though.
are your
This
fi-
is
what are your final thoughts as it relates to astrology? I know today, for those that are coming on, we touched on, today was like astrology 101.
so
We
many
touched
things.
about the sun, the moon, and the ascendant. Of course, we know that there is more to astrology than just the sun, the moon, and ascendant. What are your final thoughts before we leave for those? And of course, you got to leave your information for those that are interested in getting a reading, which they are superb. But what's your final thoughts?
Um, okay. The one thing that I would want to tell people is I think it is extremely important to at least know. All right. If you don't believe in this stuff, you think it's bullshit, pull up your chart and know,
Yeah,
because a lot of other people do.
yeah,
This is something a lot of people are learning, and there's a new wave of people learning astrology. And it's like I said, you don't believe in astrology, but you don't believe in water and you don't believe in air, because it's going to exist whether you believe in it or not.
yeah,
These elements affect you, whether you believe they affect you or not.
yeah,
I don't believe I'm breathing air. Well, okay, you can just keep believing that you're
yeah,
not breathing air. You know what I'm saying? So it's very difficult. So I think it's very important that you know your astrology chart, because it's like a tool. It could be used for good and bad. I mean, I don't really say that as like a warning, terrible warning, like know your chart because somebody could use that shit on you. I don't. It's not that bad. It doesn't have to be that bad, but it
yeah,
can be. I think knowledge of self. There's nothing better on this. Knowledge of self is so vital.
yeah.
And if there's anything that can give you better knowledge of self, you should at least understand what it is.
Yeah.
At least understand, and you make a choice from there.
That is one of the reasons why I love the astrology so much, was because I read my natal chart and I knew, oh wow, that is me. And it helped me understand who I was and why I reacted to certain things, why I did certain things. Um, because before
Yeah.
it was just like, I don't know why, but now I have something that breaks it down as to why I go after these certain types of individuals, or why I act a
Yeah.
certain way, or what makes me emotion. Like it's
And I
amazing,
mean,
amazing.
people want all these like amazing remedies, but it's common sense.
Yeah,
If you say, okay, this says I'm delusional to do A, B, and C,
yeah,
what do you do to not be delusional?
yeah,
Don't drink.
yeah,
Don't drink. Ask for the advice of someone that you think is, yeah, you don't need no crystals. You don't need none of that from
yeah,
me. I don't need to do no spells
yep,
to repel nothing. That's common sense, on how to deal with something like that.
yeah. I love it. I love it. Well, Astro D, leave. This is the end of our show. It was great having you on.
Yes,
Before,
and also I want to thank you because I'm sorry, would you say you were no, because wait, I want to talk about real quick how fucking, excuse my language, how awesome your advertising, how you promote. No, you promote, you take your clients and you promote their websites. Okay, you promote their social medias, and you get them on your videos. And I think you're doing an awesome job with that.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
okay, you're doing an amazing job. So I highly, highly recommend Danny's services. Danny is that Aquarius ascendant. All right, that Leo. Okay, that Leo. She's getting it done. I really do admire you, Danny, and your work ethic, because you very, very much motivate me.
Thank you.
Very much motivate me.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, leave your information. AstroDee5 and all that information.
Oh my God, and I just made that sound so complicated, and it really wasn't, you guys. Astro, DEE, stars.com. Okay? You can find me online easy. You just put that in Google and it'll all come up on my videos, YouTube videos, and all that stuff. So
Actually, we have a question from Quandra before we go. She said, and I think you might have touched on this, but I can't remember if you did or not.
Is there any other questions?
Yeah.
You could have got some.
Quandra said, what do you say to the Christian that says astrology is witchcraft? Because I am a Christian, but I kind of believe in astrology because I believe in prophets.
Yes, I went through this with my uncle, who's a pastor, big time pastor too. I'm gonna say his name, but my uncle, you find out. But my uncle, we went through this heavy debate, and I kind of got him stuck a little bit. But my thing was, what do I say to them? The three wise men, followed the stars to find baby Jesus in the Bible. Okay, they were called wise. Because my uncle kept saying this over and over again. I'm like, listen to what you're saying to me. They were called wise because they looked to the stars for answers to whatever, So, I mean, that's the first thing I would say. There's so many references to astrology in the Bible. One thing there's even a study called astrotheology. That's how much astrological references are in the Bible. Like this, that's a whole nother video, Danny, to be honest with you. How deep the astrology and the Bible go hand in hand. That book. All right. Yes.
So back on and have you do something like that and break it down. Astrology in the Bible.
Yeah. I gotta go get deep in it. So if someone wants to look up something about that, there's Santo Spinaci, always talks about it. Jordan Maxwell, he can be kind of creepy though. Be careful with him. But he's cool. He's cool, but he breaks it on the basic level. Yeah. But there's an astrotheology, it's called.
Astrotheology. Interesting. I may look into that myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's your tool. What are you going to use it for? You're going to use it for darkness? Then it's witchcraft. You use the church for darkness. That's witchcraft. That's just the darkness you're using for people. Wherever you're using it from.
Right. Well, actually, thank you for coming on. What time is it over there? You're in California, so you're 3 hours behind us.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clock. It's in the evening.
Well, thanks again for.
I gotta actually go somewhere tonight. Yeah, I'm going out.
Well, go ahead and get yourself together. Thank you so much for joining us, and I will leave your information for those that are interested in the natal charts to reach out to you, and definitely follow her on YouTube as well as Instagram. I'll leave all that information on. See you, girl. Talk with you soon.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Danny, for having me. You are such a ball of fun. Love you.
You were welcome.
All right, girl.
Have a good one.
Bye. All right.